Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with a quick little peek at Trading Post 5. This is an expansion for Core Space, which, as you guys know, is one of my absolute favorite miniatures games. Remember, this is by Battle Systems, and they are coming out with a different game called Maladum. I've touched on that before. Going to be doing coverage of it. But they're going to be doing a Kickstarter on it, and it's like Core Space. So Core Space's system, how it kind of works, but it's going to be a fantasy setting. So swords, shields, bows and arrows, crossbows, magic, all that cool stuff. This is space stuff. Maladum's going to be, ancient, cool stuff, magic, and all that crap. As far as Trading Post 5 goes, I was definitely interested in getting this. I had ordered it a long time ago, very, very, very long time ago. And it never came in, and I was finally able to get a copy. There were shipping issues and all this other stuff, but I was finally able to get it, so very happy with that. It has some terrain, extra terrain that comes with it. I think there was 2, maybe 3 versions of this that you could get. One that had a few pieces and like a couple of minis. Then this one, I think there was one that was even bigger. Not sure, I can't quite remember, but one of the key things I wanted this for was because it has a bunch of mechs in it. And if you've watched any of my Core Space coverage, you know I want an entire mech team for Core Space. And I think I might finally be there. On the back, it shows us what all we're getting with all the terrain features here, which we'll take a look at. Some more event cards. We got buttloads of those. The minis that included with this, which I think this should be like a pirate team, the traders. And then these can be used interchangeably as civilians, as gang members, as pretty much whatever you want to really use them as. I mean, they can even join your crews if you want to go that route. Many of them have cards that are reversible between a crew card versus a civilian or, whatever character they're representing. Hunters, bounty hunters, traders, galactic corps, police officers. But let's flip this over and get a peek what's on the inside. All right, so this is the inside of the box. Looks like normal for Battle Systems, and if you're new to it, you're not going to get it, but it's always on the bottom where all the other stuff is. So we'll take a look at that here in a sec. Pack of event cards. Looks like 5, 7 or so of those. I'm not going to dig through them because these I like to leave as surprises until I'm actually in the game, so I never read through those ahead of time. I always want to be surprised by what comes in. And we got our 2 sets. Generally, the blue ones are the ones that are like civilians or interchangeable with other things, and then these tend to be your pirates, the gray colors. Let's take a look at each one. Now, as far as the miniatures go that come with these, they are nice, but they are a lighter type of plastic. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's not super heavyweight, but they're not bad either. And generally they do have a good enough amount of detail to get a good paint job going for them. Not quite like GW level, but better than like just run-of-the-mill cast. Enough detail to really get a good paint job going on these guys. So that's one alien character that we have. And here's another mech, which that actually looks really cool. I love those long legs on those guys. Yeah, it looks like he's almost got like a little thruster on the bottom of him, as well as like the long spindly spider legs. And we got a tiny little alien monkey creature. There's another one of the civilians, part of the trader post. And these characters can be, dealers, weapon dealers, stuff like that, as well. And got her backwards. Looks like some type of space bounty hunter chick. She can be added in, however we are feeling like going with it. That's what I love about this game, is it is so freeform. You can really do with it what you want. It's almost like the Dungeons and Dragons of space games. You can play however you want, make it your own game. Oh, this has got a fake leg. Look at that. Let's get a close up, see if we can get that zoomed in. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. I love that fake leg. So he's got his alien leg and then a little fake leg. That is cool. But he looks human. His face is human. His hands are human, but he's got one alien leg and one fake leg. Now that's a cool pirate. All right, so these are our pirate team. I think I've seen another alien that is of this species, but I don't think I have the pack that has the other one. I think it's one of the expansion crew packs that has a guy like this. And generally, any weapons that you see that they're carrying will be included in the expansion as well, like tokens that you can actually pick up and use in game. Now we've got a small little alien creature. Looks like a little four-armed fella here. He looks like, oh, he kind of looks like a small version of those aliens from The Fifth Element. If you guys remember what I'm talking about, the crazy ones that wanted those cool space guns that the guy was selling. Now, these last two are the ones that I was really wanting to get into because it looks like a couple of different mech type characters. You can tell definitely by this one's head that he's some type of robot. And then on top of him, we have this big Bertha looking mofo here that just looks awesome. He looks like Mac, the version I've already got, with a stout body. And then this, I don't know, what is it? It's either like some type of space shotgun or baseball bat, but it looks like it has a barrel on it. So I would assume that's some type of ranged weapon, maybe some type of space shotgun. But this guy's going to be real fun to paint up. So these two definitely are getting added to my current crew. We'll see how they do. Now, one of the things that I've always liked about Core Space, and this is part of the Firstborn series, is the fact that every expansion comes with one of these little, basically mini rulebooks, and it explains any of the changes. So some will have like reporters or hunters who hunt worms or whatever it is. So it'll explain any special rules that go on with those guys. You see here it's talking about the terrain for the trading post itself. Gangers were already in the game, but this, adds the rules for those in here as well. Auxiliaries, which can just be free-form people who are there, random mercenaries, civilians, however you want to use them. So their rules are in here. The civilians are touched on as well. Firstborn, the Galactic Core, evidently. Some of the characters in here, that's basically the universe's version of space cops. They can apprehend you and arrest you. So that looks like what the bounty hunter chick is. But on top of that, they also include missions. So the terrain and stuff that you get. Now, obviously, you have to have a core space core set to use. So either Firstborn or the original one. But they add the diagrams for the missions, tell you what's going on, special instructions. Now, I always freeform my missions anyway, so I'm not horribly worried about these. But I do use these to give myself extra ideas and setups and things like that for the missions that I do end up running. And then reference sheets here on the back for any special weapons or terrain or stuff like that that is in the game. And here is all our cardboard. This does have to be put together. So first thing is we've got one of the dry erase sheets for a vessel. But right now I'm not really too worried about these because they do have the ship expansion, which came with my Firstborn version of the core set. So I'm not using the basic ships anymore. I'm using the advanced versions. Definitely check that out if you haven't. So all of these are going to have to be put together into those little... So all of these are going to be put together into the trading post itself. They tend to have videos showing how to put together this stuff. By this point, since I got this set very late, I am anticipating that they will already be up. But if not, I'll shoot a video when I put together these trading post pieces so you guys can see how they go. But I do like how they have a lot of standard stuff so you can tie it into what you already have, like the seats, the cases, so you can store gear tokens, things like that, and even stuff like scatter terrain really does a great job of bringing your game to life, giving it that 3D feel. Got a table here as well. We'll take a look at that one. Those are the characters here in a second. And this looks like the second trading post, and then a few pieces of scatter terrain with that as well. Looks like some, maybe the front of the trading post, maybe part of the roof there. And then the cases, I would say, yeah, containers and crates. These are larger ones. What is this? Container shelving. These are some of the small cargo crates here. Looks like we got a different type. So you can see this is the standard ones that Came with the first core space set, and these are a different set. These look like the bigger drop cases. So in the game, there are multiple different sizes of tokens that you can get, small clips, small pieces that are like grenades or ammo, med kit, stuff like that. Medium pieces that would go in a box this size, which are like pistols and daggers. And then bigger pieces, which are like your rifles and shotguns and swords, which will go in cases of this size. All right, so on top of those pieces, we have these, and their creases, so let me hold it. These are all the characters that come with it. And if you start getting into core space, you will have mounds of these. I think I need to get like a notebook or something to put all the character cards in, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. You can tell which ones are traders, which ones are characters you're supposed to use as like your pirates, because they will have these pieces underneath them designating what type of character they are. So like this is boss man, infiltrator, mech soldier, or outlander. And that has the special skills that they have. Core Space does have a deck of cards, deck of reference cards, which will have all of these types of things listed down. That way, if you're playing a game, you can pull out the 4 cards for the 4 characters you're using and have references for all of the characters that you have. Easy to look at because it's very hard to remember what all of these icons are supposed to mean. I would highly recommend getting that deck of cards, and it's really not that expensive. It's like 15 bucks. All right, so it looks like big guy is called, what is it? Is that XL or HL? I think that's HL. I have to come up with a good name for him, but he's a mech soldier. So he is definitely going to get added in. You can tell what his equipment is because it's yellow down here. It says mech. So that would definitely be used with him. And oh, no, I missed that. Okay, Narita up here. I thought that was a robot head, but now looking very closely at the card, I can see that it's some type of hat. It's like that character from the Clone Space Wars with his big samurai hat. Oh, I thought I was 2 robots. Look at this. You can just barely see the face under there. I was just looking at this and thinking droid, because that takes up so much. I bet you I could still use that as a droid and say hell with it. Nah, these are breaking apart, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, he's the definite one. That was the one that really tipped me off. Now, the problem with mech units, though, is they don't get to level up near as much as your organic traders and pirates do. As you can see, he has less spaces. Generally, they don't level up pretty much at all. If they do, maybe just a little. Like, he can't get extra actions. Generally, it's just the captains who can. Yeti here can get extra actions, but even the boss man can't. That's kind of strange. Interesting crew that they have here. Only starts with 1 skill point. Most everyone starts with 2, but he can get a massive amount of health. 7 points is huge in this game. But just to show you the cool, neat part, in case you haven't seen it, like I said before, you can flip them over, and it shows how to incorporate them with stats for a civilian or pirate or whatever you want to use them for. So hand-to-hand, ranged, defense, and his defense is massively high. 3 is huge amount of armor. And then personality score, in case you're trying to persuade them into doing something. Ooh, and even this, he starts, these are inherent skills. He starts with inherent 1 armor, which is pretty big, and a 3 dice melee attack, which means he's a beast coming straight out of the gate. 59 points. Yeah, I can see that because he's only 51. And you can see the other 2 here, 39 points and 49 or 40 points rather. So yeah, he's a huge amount of points to get him in game. Honestly, I expected more weapons. There's not as many weapons in this one. We've got a big hand weapon here, some type of melee claw dagger, couple of submachine guns, small rifle looking types. Here, the bigger rifles will be 1 space bigger. So think of that as a single space. So this would be 3 spaces, a 4 space one. Just this size and this size put together would be like a full-sized rifle. And this one does not come with any full-size stuff. It does have some civilian equipment here. that you can get, some grenades, special types of ammo. Not sure what alien gear that is. Medipack, some interesting small looking pistol here. Yeah, some more medipacks, stim packs to bring back your skill points, repair kit for your mechs, and that is freaking awesome. What is that? That is, oh my god, that thing is beastly. Is that a bomb? I can't tell on the stats on this thing if that's a bomb or not. But if it's a bomb, it does a 6 die attack at close range, and then 5, 4, and 3 as it spaces out. I'm thinking, is that a weapon maybe? Nope. High-tech explosive. Damn, I wanted to use that thing as like a shotgun. The amount of damage that puts out. Oh, and this is interesting. The other two here, they can be used as crewmen as well, right off the gate. That's what they're supposed to be used for. Or he can be a gang member or civilian. And then we have the auxiliary character, who looks like a dog with a gun. I'm good with that. Civilian, so she's the core elite. So she's the galactic police. So it looks like we've got civilians to work as traders, some auxiliary characters, gang leaders, or they can operate on whatever side they're going with here, a worker or player characters. So a nice selection here. Make sure if you haven't watched some of my core space playthrough videos, I've played through like 3 missions, I think 3 campaigns online and filmed it. It is a absolute fun game, one hell of a blast to play. Can't wait to add these components to it, especially Hal over here. He is definitely getting added to the game. I want him on my crew. It must be done. It will be done. Where I left my game off, they had escaped into a new part of the galaxy. They were being chased by the Firstborn. I believe the bounty hunter was still after him as well. So maybe they're going to stop by a trading post in the next mission and run into some gangers, maybe some galactic core follow them through. Have to come up with a neat little mission and see how it plays out. And they'll have to pick up Hal on the next mission. And just to show you guys something really neat, this is a expansion. I had picked up a ship expansion that was, what was this, 15 bucks I want to say. Again, the expansions really aren't that expensive. You can have crew inside of it. And this is now going to be my character's ship. They have escaped, and I'm going to incorporate that and all of these pieces into my next game. I have to figure out how it's going to play out. But whatever happens, Hal is joining the game. He's big, he's bad. He's going to look awesome on the board. I've just got to get his butt painted up and looking cool for the next game. So yeah, that's Trading Post 5. Definitely looks awesome. If you're into core space, you probably already got it. If you are not into core space, you haven't tried it yet, absolutely try it. And I'm telling you, they've never bought me anything. They've never sent me anything. Battle System doesn't know who the hell I am. I'm just a fan of the series. Love the game. I think it's excellent. It's just a blast to play. Solitaire, cooperatively, competitively, as like a dungeon crawl, as a Dungeons and Dragons type of experience, the kind of the way I've been playing it, RPG-esque, where I'm just bouncing around from mission to mission to mission. It really can just be played any way that you want to play it and just have fun with it. All right, but that's going to be it for this one. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.